this morning, the very public breakup between President Trump and Elon Musk. Beyond the messy politics and policy impact, the feud is also a big threat to Musk's businesses. The president threatening to pull billions in government contracts from his companies, Tesla and SpaceX. And Tesla stock took a dive yesterday, although it's trading up today. Joining us now is Max Chafkin, Bloomberg Businessweek columnist and co-host of the Elon Inc. and Everybody's Business podcasts. Max, thanks for being with us. Major hit to Tesla's stock initially, but we've seen it weather lots of ups and downs since he took a political role with the White House. Will this change his behavior, this feud and that hit to his business and his bottom line?
People have been asking that about Elon Musk for almost 10 years now. He has behaved erratically in lots of ways for a very long time, although I'd say that this is the most erratic, most self-destructive that we've ever seen him. And the stock drop you saw yesterday shows that Musk is politically isolated, and many of Tesla's customers have already basically turned away from him and from the company. So now he's potentially alienating another cohort.
What about Trump's threat to pull Musk's government contracts? How detrimental would that be for Musk's companies?
Yeah, I don't think that Trump is actually going to do that, because SpaceX which is his rocket company, is such an important part of the U.S. space program. But it's important to say, Elon Musk, people think of him as this product inventor, this car company executive. He is also a massive defense contractor. And if Donald Trump is trying to prevent SpaceX from getting contracts, that is a huge problem. Maybe not an existential problem, because this is a company that has had a lot of success. They are selling products to other constituencies, other governments, as well as, private satellite launches. But this would be an enormous hit. This would be maybe not existential, but a huge problem for the company long term.
I mean, in some areas, what you are describing when it comes to like SpaceX and the defense contracts, does the government need Musk more than he needs it?
They need each other, and that's what made this so staggering. It's true that the space program would struggle in the short term if Musk went through on his threat. He threatened yesterday to cut off access to the International Space Station, which I think if he actually did that, you might see the government take some extreme actions, like nationalizing parts of SpaceX or whatever, because it would be such a big problem. So again, the government might have options. Trump, of course, is a boundary breaker, right? He would have options at his disposal, but I think they both need each other. I mean, the Republican Party has needed Musk because he is basically the guy who's been writing all the campaign checks, at least over the previous cycle. And hopefully for them in the midterm, Musk needs them because he has billions and billions of dollars in government contracts now and is hoping for many more in the future.
Max, there's also the whole social media component. President Trump posting about this feud on Truth Social, his platform, but that has just a fraction of the users Musk's X has. So could this feud help or hurt either company there?
I do think the one place it's probably good for Elon Musk's business is X usage, because I don't know if you were looking yesterday, but there were many funny memes. There was a lot. This produced a lot of great content. I think even Elon Musk, amid his kind of meltdown, was sort of laughing at it at times and talking about how much people were excited about this on X. So definitely a further evidence that Musk's social media platform is influential. That said, I think Musk really overestimated his cultural influence here. He does have this huge following. He is the biggest user on his own platform, but he cannot match the cultural power of Donald Trump. He does not, between these two men, Musk is kind of a lightweight. And you're seeing that. You're seeing a lot of fans of both men kind of turning on Elon Musk right now, or at least saying, hey, he better squash the beef before it's too late.
Of course, President Trump's always unpredictable. But last week, you wrote a piece called "Don't Bet on a Musk-Trump Breakup Just Yet." So I guess,
yeah.
That didn't age well, right?
No, it did not. And, I do think I do think still it's possible there will be reconciliation for all of the reasons that I am, kind of expressing. Musk needs this. There is not an audience of car buyers that is alienated from Donald Trump and alienated from Democrats. He's kind of got to pick one or the other, or just go back to his companies, which he's not willing to do. We've seen Musk last night start to kind of hint, maybe I'll try to cool off or whatever. I think if he wants this, it's going to really cost him, both in terms of personal humiliation, like having to, apologize or bend the knee in some way. I think it will also cost him dearly in money, right? There's this reports of a potential $100 million contribution to Donald Trump's PAC. I think if he wants back in Donald Trump's good graces, he's going to need to do that and probably quite a bit more.
I mean, you talk about alienating different constituencies, and that kind of really sparked something in my brain, in that he's already alienated a number of the Tesla customer base by aligning himself with MAGA politics and his role in the government with Doge and everything. And now if he's on the bad side of the MAGA people, that seems like that would leave him with just no kind of customer that is who, is his base. Max Chafkin, my 2 cents there at the end. Thank you so much for joining us and offering your insights. I appreciate it.